Uncle Hamish, a sexy boy.
And welcome to the Guy Weapon Guy YouTube channel.
Trousers off, obviously wouldn't have shown any of my Willy Wonka or anything like that, but I would have bent over and I would have just popped a tic-tac up my bottom and I would have got it in, and the closing shot would have been, I was just going to fire it out. I don't know whether it would have worked or not, but I would have just, just kind of...
Yeah, they're very interesting. They're kind of unique, each of them, aren't they? The County Press, is a very comforting read, I find. It's like being talked to and soothed by your best friend. The Island Echo is quite hard-hitting, isn't it? Darren, what's his name? Toogood. Quite a controversial figure. Yeah, I can see that. He looks a bit like a Veruca, I'd say, from what I've seen. On the White is, it seems to be generally very good, giving you a little bit more depth. Absolutely, Ventnor is a mecca on the Isle of Wight. I've found in my travels and my interviews that I've been doing. Ventnor is quite a spiritual place almost, isn't it? It's haunted. It's absolutely haunted. Fact, I was walking around at night. It was cold, very cold and probing, I would say. I'd had a few pints. I can't say that it definitely wasn't a local, but it felt icy. Absolutely. Well, I've always been very strongly and vocally anti-vegan, but I thought, if you're gonna be that vocal about something, you need to experience it for yourself. So I've set myself the challenge. I'm on day, I started on Monday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm on day 4 now, almost through day 4, and I'm finding it, it's quite enlightening, I'd say. Milk in my cup of tea, I haven't been able to have my morning cups of tea or my morning cups of coffee, and the cream, I do like my cream in my coffee normally. It's 2 pint mugs, one with cream, one with full fat milk, pint mugs of coffee with 4 sugars in each, and then 13, 14 cups of tea, depending on how many my mum's willing to make me. Yeah, absolutely, and I'm riding that rush all day long. It's up and down like a roller coaster. I like to go up and I like to go down, it reminds me I'm alive. I do just crash. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if I'm dead or not when I'm falling asleep. It's weird. Yeah, well, I joined about a month ago now. I'd never really been into social media before, but it's definitely putting me in contact with lots of people. And I'm noticing lots of little things about Facebook. It's quite cliquey, isn't it? It's good to know that 251 people watched one of my videos, 251 lives that I've touched. I tried that, but it won't count it. Well, it's called Callum's Corner. I like to think that you're in a corner with me and I'm, popping up a little umbrella of protection against the rain. Come huddle hither in my little corner. Absolutely, Callum Adams coming at ya. I'm thinking of a little song maybe for it, it's Callum, on Callum, Callum Adams, on Callum, it's Callum, on Callum. Callum Adams, on Callum. I think he's about 40 now. Well, have I met them? Would I want to meet them? I would be up for meeting them, because quite often I'll go weeks with only just seeing my mum and the person, who serves me in Sainsbury's. He sounds very upper class. Is he actually Indian? He looks like he's white. Where does he live? Surrey. Has he got a trust fund? Shops in a body shop. And do you follow his life on Facebook? Do you check in and have a little look? Because I make a point of everyone that I'm friends with, I'll check in, and spend a good hour or two looking at all their stuff. No, I like to look at their photos though. It's all there now, it's all there. Well, I like to comment quite a lot on The Sun, one of my favourite newspapers. Very loyal to The Sun. One of the reasons me and Scousers don't get on. I like to comment on there, and you get angry reactions from, silly ladies and stuff who go a bit mad. And I go and I click on their kind of profile, and all that info's there. What she looks like, what she does. It's great, and I can just come back and say, you're bang average. Okay, let's have a look at that. It's completely humiliating. Obese woman needs 8 firefighters to get her out of bed. I tell you what, I was looking at The Sun earlier as well, and there's a story. A big fat woman.
The Sun interviewed me and said
she's being rehoused by the council in a council house because she's so big. she can't live where she is, and she's been rehoused next to 8 takeaways. Pointed all this out and brought it to our attention so we can all look at her. And the son's so good at doing that. I can't decide whether I find her attractive or not, Katie Hopkins. Well, we don't know, do we? We've just got her words against theirs, and, you know, to be fair, she is very, very fat. If I had to guess, I'd say she had a job at Greggs. Didn't end well. My looks of things. 6 hours a week. That's not a job. That's a paper round. She's already very, very defensive, isn't she? Yeah. That makes me furious. I mean, of course they're going to be surprised. No one expects a 42-stone woman to walk into a room, do they? She's got to have realistic expectations. If you're that big, people are going to be shocked. Do you know what I mean? Say it as it is. She's a massive woman. If you're walking in and you see that kind of perched on a stall and you're thinking, is that stall going to hold her or not? You know, you're going to be shocked. Well, she's got the turning circle of the Titanic, isn't she? Anything manual labour. Everyone's going to have to give her, you know, a 10-metre zone of fear, aren't they? It's not about you being well-spoken. That's not what Katie's saying, is it? It's a very hypothetical situation, though, isn't it? Because she couldn't hold down a 6-hour-a-week cleaning lady job. Dinner lady job, sorry. And, you know, Katie Hopkins has got her law degree in business. Can't really turn the tables too effectively there. No, you can criticise fat, and you should, I think. Not proper bullying, but, you know, just slapping fat kids' belly and stuff in gym. When a little teenage boy has titties, and you know, it's fair enough that he's going to get some banter against him. They're jobbling about in PE, and then he's all sweaty afterwards, and he's getting changed. He's going to get little slaps with a towel and stuff across him, and you know, that should motivate him to lose a little bit of weight. There was one particular guy who I went to school with, Seb, and he was very, very modern rotund. He's quite fat. But he tried to be one of the cool kids, and that really, really used to pee me right off, because it's like, you know, you're big and you're chunky. Don't try and be one of the cool kids, because you're not. Terrible eczema as well. He's very close to God now. I think you should bring his profile up very quickly. There's a couple of photos on there that you should see. Very much looks like Newton Faulkner now. Yes, he looks like a very special young man. Well, I've moved around an awful lot. Lived in Sunderland for a while. It's grim. I could only manage it about 2 months. I had to get out of there. Mackhams. No, they're animals. They're animals. A pack of animals up there. Love The Voice. Every single week I watch it. He's done it 2 years in a row now. It's ridiculous. It's disrespectful to the competition that he's doing that. Because there are tons and tons of better singers, and he's left with like a little shanty seaside band or something. One man with a banjo and no teeth. There was a contestant this week actually on The Voice. He was a really, really camp guy. Type in The Voice, is this guy for real? He did a show tune and he was all like nimbly pimbly. It was amazing. It'd be quite worth. Well, you know, last week, it was last week's one, wasn't it? Do you remember the one? He was a total English kind of quintessential. I didn't think anyone could be like that, do you know what I mean? The way he looks at the young girls, and the way he kind of tries to entice them onto his team with these disgusting puppy dog eyes, and kind of, you know, I think we've got to investigate it. You know, in my eyes, he looks like he could be today's, you know, Savile. Yeah, I think it bears watching very carefully. Really, yeah, slimy, really slimy with his pictures, and I just want to be, it's disgusting. If I could sing, yes, but I can't really sing at all. I can play the banjo. It's hard to tell from that song. I didn't enjoy that song at all. She looks like a lovely girl, a little bit cross, but, you know, quite attractive, and she's got a good voice by the sound of it. Cyndi Lauper took a holiday here, though, in 1979. Girls just want to have fun. I would say probably one of the vegetarians I've been staying with as a guest, Ollie Bennett. He runs a lovely bus on the Isle of Wight, Tansy's Pantry, and it serves lovely vegetarian food, and, you know, their hospitality's been lovely.